Hello, peaceful people. What's going on, y'all? Sometimes I have to stop and realign when I need to post something about energy, something about things that need to be addressed. And I took a moment, I need to address something that is going on. And it usually goes on within love works or some type of energy work to do with love. I am addressing this because I see it a lot. This here is going to be used for, I'm going to say, to realign anyone who does this or has done this or is in the energy of this, just because it needs to be addressed. Okay, very much so needs to be addressed. I took a hiatus. I am dressing candles right now, and I am about to do some virtual works for my Patreon and for my YouTube channel, but we need to address this right quick. I had to take a moment. This here, I want to preface and say, if you hear this message, eat from the plate. Eat from the plate if you are a part of this. And I get it. But we got to align and realign and align and realign and focus. However many times it needs to be done, I'm here for it. Okay? Let's talk about this energy. It's going to hit a couple of points in one video. Okay? A couple of different points in one video. First off, if you hire a spiritual worker and you still want to quarterback the work, did you really hire help or did you hire conflict? Okay? If I can't lead you, I cannot cover you, and that's period. If I cannot lead you, then I cannot cover you, and that's period. Spiritual worker boundaries 101. Today we're going to talk about alignment, leadership, focus, and why I will pause or redirect a working when your petition and your energy doesn't match. Y'all got to understand how big of a part that plays in your ritual work. Okay? Let's talk about what is a split intention, because I have to focus on that so you guys can understand what I mean. Split intentions is going to always equal something that comes from your heart, your mind, or your mouth that is not in agreement. A split intention is where your heart, your mind, and your mouth are not meeting in agreement, and your petition exposes it as well. So your heart is saying, I want to align with love. Then your mind is saying, make it a person, A, B, C, or whoever, a target. And then your mouth writes a petition naming a whole different energy, just in case, than what your mind said and what your heart wants to align with. You want to align with love, but you can't align with love with a mindset of this person and a talking of that person. That's confusion. Am I not correct? That's an example. Okay? If a client says, I do not have a split intention, I know who my person is that I want to target. But the petition says one thing. The conversation I have with you says another thing. And the energy is gripping for any outcome that you can get. Pieces. Pieces. I then say to you, I give you a clear plan. We need to update for clarity first, and we're going to revisit. Then you say, if you want to disagree with what I flow with, Totally fine. As long as I said what I had to say. I can only lead the ones who allow me to. If you say, hey, Lady V, I understand what you're saying, I want to go with what you're saying, then I have done my job as well. Either way, I've done my job. What your words say tell the story. If your heart is reaching one way and your mouth is writing what your mind is seeing, that contradiction will show up in your results. I promise you. I'm never here to argue. I'm here to protect the work. Now, if you say justifiably so, I understand. I want to keep it like it is. We are all adults. I am not your motherfucking mama. I just want you to know that I heard it. I see it. And it don't look like you're aligning, my baby. How is source supposed to move if you're sending 3, 4, 5 different signals? Spirit is going to read the vibration and instruction, but if the instructions don't match from your mindset to your tongue to the petition, then that vibration is not it's not right. It's like you praying for one thing and then you're thinking another, and then you're writing a third thing. You're basically telling source, I don't trust timing. I don't know what I want. So I'm going to micromanage and throw out anything just so I can get something. And what you're going to get is mess. Let's talk about red flags. You know it's person A because you still name person B because person A isn't moving fast enough for you. That's a red flag. Ashe. Ashe. I don't know if you guys heard that flow, but that was a money blessing. Thank you so much. I'm blowing you blessings of abundance whomever just sent that, okay? Another red flag. You ask for truth, but your petition demands a specific face. Yeah? Let's do another one. Red flag for me. You ask for peace, but your language feeds obsession to that target. Are you running to? That's not peaceful. Another red flag. You say I trust spirit, and then you're going to debate every correction with your practitioner like it's an option. And that's what we are here to do for you. It ain't no debate with me. Hear me very clear. I suggest, not require. We are all grown. I don't deal with babies. I don't do bookings for little kids. I deal with adults, right? So I never require anything. I suggest. I observe as well, okay? We are all grown. It's never about justifying anything to me because it's not my heart's desire. It's not my desire on the line, it's yours. My job is to always align you to the simple, clear facts. Clean aim equals a clean outcome, baby. A mixed aim is going to give you mixed results. You choose to continue and align or adjust and realign. No arguments for me. Again, I'm not your mama. And I do not judge. I observe the situation. I tell you what it is, but I'm never going to judge you because that is what you want to do. But I would be less than a spiritual worker if I did not tell you what I thought. And if you think that I may have read it wrong, that's totally fine. I'm okay with that. I'd be like, okay, long as you know that I suggest this, what are we going to do? I always give it back to you. Do you want to proceed? But I'm not going to I already gave you the focus and the plan. I'm not going to go back and forth to clear your mindset so you can not argue, but you want to explain yourself. You don't need to explain nothing to me. That's your alignment. I just know that I observed you doing this. I observed your words. I read your petition. It does not match up with what you're saying. You said to me in your reading. right? Open and honesty. Another thing that I see, and this does not come from one particular client at all, it is coming from 5 different readings I've done this week, love readings. Okay, so I'm picking different scenarios and I'm putting it out here for everybody to eat. Another thing a lot of y'all do is holding on to energy that should have been released while you're calling in the new. That's not how this works. You still holding on to old energy, but you want to call in new energy, which is going to clash, because where the new going to go with all the junk in it? How you want to pull someone in when you're still full of trash from the last relationship? You're on the phone with your ex, still emotionally tethered to them, but you want the new man to make you the one and only. My babies, cutting cords is a must. Be mindful. If you still yanking and choking and joking with the ex, that's cool. But how can you expect the new to align to that when you ain't even doing it yourself? Clock that. I want you to ask yourself, if your heart says yes to new love, your habits can't keep saying maybe to the past. Maybe I want plan A, but I'm looking at plan B, but I really want plan A. So your heart is saying yes to the new love, but your habits still saying maybe to the old vibe. Ask yourself if spirit can open up roads while you camped out at a closed door. Can spirit do that? If you sitting at the closed door, can spirit, you sitting there anyway, can spirit open up doors? Y'all cannot pull in equal give and take while you're still holding on and feeding dead vines, dead flowers. Clip that shit. You can't have both. You can't do it. Check these cords. Check these cords. If you are still getting a hit of dopamine, like the butterflies when your ex texts you or calls you, or that past flame is still giving you the butterflies, then what we got going on? How you claiming something and you still pining on that old shit? And let's not go into the petition. Does your petition say aligned love with someone, but your day-to-day results say I'm still available to the past love, the old dude? If you have said yes to any of that, your first step should be release, not reach for a new love. You should be releasing that old flame. I'm just being real. Y'all got to start doing this before you call in any target. Clean up, then call in. Order does matter in magic. My job is to diagnose the energy, pick the root, time the work, keep the altar clean for you, and tell you when to remove targets or open rows or sit still or strike for a minute or regain composure. Your job is to bring truth, follow instructions, release the outcome long enough for a spirit or source to move in your life. And if I can't lead you, I can't be responsible for where you end up. Okay? It's going to always be a redirection first. Redirection first. Petition and energy conflicts. I remove targets for a reason. I'm not lighting confusion on my altar because it don't work. I'm going to always do a consent check. I'm going to reach out to you. If you refuse the redirection, you want my hands, not my leadership. You just want me to throw something together. And it's totally fine. I'll pause the work, I'll redirect the work, or I'll proceed, but I'm going to let you know how I feel about it. Because I'm always pause it or let you know how I feel, because I want you to know you're not giving a clear sign of what you need. Some of y'all strongest love works or the strongest cycles that I have done are no name cycles. No target. No anything. I just want the energy to come into my life. Attraction candle or a jala jala. I just want the energy of attraction to come into my life without naming a specific person. Okay? I don't deal with the I know everything crowds. Y'all, boy, I tell you. And it's not an insult, but it's kind of an insult when anybody that I try to redirect and I tell you to focus, you want to basically state your case. There's no case. I see what I see. I know what I know. You came to me for work. What are we going to do? If you already know everything, then, that's not shade. That's not shade. That's just what it's going to be. You don't buy a reading and argue with the cards. That is another thing. I did so many love readings in the past week where within the reading I'm pulling cards, I'm telling the energy, I'm flowing, and then it's always, well, I feel like, or I think that is not what it is. It's blatantly saying it's dishevel. It's blatantly saying there's a disappointment coming. It's blatantly saying there's chaos, lying. So if you already are being combative or putting a block up, I'm never going to get to you. You hired me because I have the sight. The system. You're going against the system. And I have the lessons too. Leadership is going to always require permission. If I don't have it, I won't pretend I do. I will never pretend. If you're serious about aligned love work, you're going to have to start with release of that old shit. You're going to have to cut the cords. Stop feeding the past. Then book a clarity working. Rewrite a petition without a target. And let's work smart, not harder. Once spirit confirms a person, a target, then go ahead. Okay? That's it. That's all, y'all. I just had to stop and do this quick little video. Okay? To the clients who trust the process, thank you. Thankful, grateful. The trust is why your work will always work. And sometimes, again, in love work, spirit will cut somebody out of your life in order to bring in something new. But if you don't release that energy, spirit is not going to understand what you got going on because you got too much going on. Okay? Stop quarterbacking your own work. I can't be no clearer. Y'all have an amazing day. If you ate from the plate, then eat from the plate. It's not for everybody, but it's for somebody. Ashe.